Hey guys, I'm Rebecca, and today I'm here with
Rachel.
So today I'll be interviewing her regarding mental health struggles among university students, but specifically in her workplace. Obviously, there are some struggles with mental health, and we're gonna listen to her opinion regarding mental health struggles. So Rachel here is a nurse, but she's not clinically practicing. So Rachel, how long have you been working as a nurse for?
Okay, so I graduated in 2016. Then since then I've been working in hospitals and clinic settings. So that's what we call clinically practicing lah. And now I'm working for a French company, French insurance brokerage company. I'm still a nurse. There is some medical parts involved, but it's more to corporate field lah.
Okay, I see. So is there anything specific that inspired you to become a nurse?
Back then, nothing specifically inspired me to become a nurse. But once, like you just want to find a course, and then get in, enrolled. I think some of the students nowadays, they still do that. So back then, that was the reason why I got enrolled into nursing course. But after I joined nursing, it really inspired me to be a good nurse, not just for salary, working for salary, but become a good nurse. No backstory to it.
Okay. So is there like any specific perspective that you have on mental health that changed since you started working?
Yes.
What are they?
So back then, when I joined college, I was just 18. I didn't really know much about mental health. And only after I joined nursing, I got to know and I learned more about mental health. So I feel like mental health is something that, especially in Asia country, if I'm not wrong, in my opinion, that it's something that people don't really focus or don't really pay attention to. They might think that it's nothing, or you're faking it, or you're lazy. I think there's a lot more terms that usually covers it up.
Right.
And I feel like people just don't really pay attention to it, which is very sad.
Yeah, I get you. So, have you ever encountered patients or colleagues experiencing mental health?
Yes.
In your opinion? Yeah.
Yes, a lot of them, colleagues, and my patients, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So, without sharing any personal details, can you tell me what kind of challenges you noticed?
If it's for colleagues, nursing is quite a tough and hectic job, right? Not only nursing, but since I'm from that field, I'm gonna only speak about nursing.
Right.
So it's very tiring, how you have to care for patients and things. So usually it's understaffed and stuff. So this causes burnout and tiredness, stress that that keeps accumulating and stuff like that. For my patients, it's usually depression, the sadness that they have to go through certain condition and certain situation, and finding it difficult to move on with life with some changes and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, I get you. So, how common would you say mental health struggles are?
Probably now, I would say very common. Let's say I'm talking to 5 of my friends, probably 3 of them, or 5 of my patients, probably 3 of them. So I think it's pretty common.
Pretty common. Yeah.
And I think more people are maybe voicing out. That is why it feels more common. Probably back then, a lot of people didn't really talk about it. They were just afraid to talk about it, or maybe they didn't even understand about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think social media also plays an important role, right?
Yeah, it does.
In your opinion, what are some common mental health issues that is faced by young adults today?
I would say, since you mentioned social media earlier, I would say the pressure of looking a certain way, or being the pressure, peer pressure, and being accepted in certain way, that you have to be in a certain way for people to accept you. You have to be, you have to look a certain way for people to love you. Those kind of things. It's very subjective, but yeah, it's a bit sad that I feel like that's one of the thing that really affects nowadays.
What year did you graduate at?
2016.
2016. So back when you started to actually, start studying, right? There's no much social medias and phones, right?
Yeah, I didn't even have a phone. I think WhatsApp was introduced only when I was in college. Instagram and everything. Facebook was not something that we usually use frequently. Yeah.
So now that like people are like introduced to like social media at a very young age, do you think like that kind of plays a role with their mental health illnesses or struggles?
Yes, I believe so. Especially when you're really down. Let's say you have like a very bad day. University was so bad. Maybe you didn't do something well. Then you go back home so sad, and then you have to scroll through social media, thinking that you wanna okay, let me calm myself down. And ended up you see something that triggers you even more. Like people comparing or people thinking, oh, you have to be this way. You have to do this.
Yeah. So like back when you were studying, how did you like cope with mental health struggles? You mentioned that people start using social media to like calm themselves down. How did you calm yourself down back when you didn't have social media and phone?
I had a lot of interest actually. We would usually go out for sports if we are feeling really energetic.
Right.
But if we are really tired, then we would just sit. I think you need a good company as well lah. You really need good friends. Really, you need a good group of people around you. So we would just sit and talk. We would play games. When I say games, I mean those snake and ladder. Those type of physical games. Yeah, those type of physical games. And we would go out walking or any other sports and stuff like that. I really like arts and painting, so I try to do something. I'm not really good at it, but it's fine. It's just something to do.
It calms you down.
Yeah.
Why do you think these issues are becoming more common? Mental health issues.
One thing I feel as I said earlier, it's how to say, rather than saying it's common, I think people are just realizing and noticing it better
Right now?
I'm very sure those days mental health was a thing. It's just that people don't voice out. So I feel maybe because people, in my opinion, because people is voicing out, that is why it looks it's common, everyone is having it and something like that. That's one thing. Another thing, I would say maybe it's there's more technology, there's more things to do, there's more standard, higher standard. You have to keep up to it.
The trends.
And also financially, technology, everything, from if you compare back then and then now, there's so much of changes, right? So I feel all those changes, transitions actually make us you have to move forward, you have to do better and things like that. So I feel all this thing also has added pressure and burden.
So you're trying to say back then people did struggle with mental health illnesses, but it was just not voiced out.
Yes, that's what I feel.
Is it because of social media?
It could be social media, or maybe people are becoming more bold and telling how they feel.
More bold?
Yeah, more bold. Maybe it's getting some support better than before. I wouldn't say everywhere is that, but probably there is a little bit more support, and there are more people talking about it. For instance, when you go into social media and you click anxiety, stress or something, there are people therapists who talk about it, trying to help you out. So I feel maybe that is why.
Do you think university students are particularly vulnerable when it comes to mental health problems, and why do you think that?
So I do not have a definite answer for you saying that yes or no like that, but I feel what usually would affect students, okay, let's say it's from their family background, or from where they came from, things like that. I think those are really starting point. So when you come to college or university, there's a lot of things you need to do. You gotta study, you gotta prepare for your assignments, and you're gonna meet a lot of new people. A lot of things changes, right? Some of them, they even leave their family and come here and stuff like that. So a lot of things happening, you are moving into a new phase and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that phase itself will affect you. It might, but I think if let's say you have already been going through a lot of things since childhood, or from your family, from where you came from, I think it would definitely when you join university, I think it would definitely really make things worse. Make things worse, as in that you may actually go through a lot, you know. And also, like, you know, friends group, there'll be like betrayals, trauma, and things like that. I think all this thing will really affect you. Yeah, because like back then I was in hostel, you know, and then I did face this type of issues. I said good company is important, but then I thought they are my good friends, but then they actually not, you know, those kind of things. So I think all this actually will really affect how they think, how they work, how they do their stuff, you know.
How do you think financial struggles affect mental health?
Honestly, for me, in my opinion, financial issues, I would say it's like one of the biggest contribution or trigger factor for mental health. Imagine like you gotta do a lot of things and you have so little money or so little income, so little support or whatever, and you gotta like figure it out. What am I gonna do? So you know, like you have to always constantly keep thinking and figuring things out. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna survive? And in this current era, current economy, you know, how things are so expensive, you know, when money is everywhere, money is involved in every single thing. Even certain washroom, you want to go to that washroom, you need to use money, right? Yeah. And also food, your lodging, your accommodation and stuff. So I think I would say it's one of the biggest major contribution to mental health struggles.
Okay. What signs should students look out for if they think their mental health is like declining?
I would say exhaustion. Yeah, you feel like, I've slept well, but I still feel tired, you know, those type of things. Or sometimes you yourself feel like you're really working hard, but it's like never enough. Get what I mean? It's like, I thought I did so well, I thought I did good, but why is it not enough? Why some other people are doing better? I feel like you shouldn't think that. Don't be so hard on yourself. Also, I think, those type of things.
So when do you think like people should seek for professional help?
Professional help.
Like you said, exhaustion, right? You can just sleep and you'll be better the next day maybe. But what like draws the line, you know? Which part becomes like too much? Like, to the point where they have to seek professional help?
I think when you feel it's hard, when you feel it's difficult itself, you could. It's very subjective, honestly. If let's say it depends on you personally, can you cope? Can you not cope? And stuff like that. Do you really need help right now? I feel like, okay, I need help. We know ourselves better, right? But the moment you feel like you just don't want to do anything anymore, the moment you feel like I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm just going to give up and stuff, those things are like extreme already. I feel like when you think like stuff like, oh, I want this thing to stop or stuff like that.
So like, can friends or family notice these like struggles before the individual does?
They could actually.
They could
if they know, they understand, if they know that person better, if they understand those signs, if they feel like, if they are very good at catching those signs.
So do you think like mental health struggles, right, usually disappear after graduation?
I would say it depends.
Depends in what sense?
Depends on, if let's say they were stressed, or all those mental issues were caused by, mental health issues were caused by studying and pressure and stuff like that, and not from their family or from financial issues and stuff like that, then okay, you know, because I've passed, you know, flying colors, I've got distinction or whatever, so like, you know, now I'm leaving, so I've done my part and one is down. But if let's say it's something else, you know, other contribution, you get what I mean, if it's still there, I wouldn't say it would like disappear. Probably one iron cast is out of your basket, but the others will still be there.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it will like disappear.
So not fully, maybe like half?
Not fully, but maybe, you know, something, you know, some difference.
Okay. So what new challenges do graduates typically face?
Jobs.
jobs, right?
Probably they, when we graduate, we will have like our dream job. Like, I would love to work this, I would love to have this much salary and stuff like that. And then, but then when you are out, things might not work as how you want it to work, and that's life. So yeah.
Okay.
So probably those type of things lah. And if let's say this person has like student loan or stuff like that.
Okay. So like after graduation, they probably, they transition to work, right? Like start working and stuff like that. So when it comes to work, right, how can like workplace like stress affect young adults entering into the workforce, in your opinion?
It's the same thing, transition from your student life to adulting life. Every time you scroll through social media, adulting is hard. So now you have to take on responsibilities. Now you gotta start paying bills, you gotta start learning new things, adapt to new environment. Working life is totally different. Now you gotta make decision on your own, like decisions like last time when we are like students, right? We got like, okay, can you help me this, miss, madam, sir, Now you gotta make your own decisions. Just like sharing my personal experience when I was student nurse. Student nurse, you would just go around, do your things, whatever you are taught to, and then if there's something, like some issues or anything, you'll be always going and looking for your registered nurse or doctors and stuff. They will make the decisions, not you, because you're still student, right? But then suddenly now I'm thrown to the hospital setting. I'm a staff nurse now. I have to make my own decision, and I have to make major decisions. Gotta save life and stuff like that. So I think it's the same lah.
Okay. Can workplace stress lead to burnout if like they're left unmanaged?
Yes.
Okay, so in what sense? Why do you say that?
I work today, it's hectic, it's too much, but I'm fine with it. It's work, I'm learning. I go back home, so one pile. And then the next day, it's again too much, no help, or maybe less pay, too much of workload. It's like, okay, it's okay, I'll work on it. I'll go back, another pile. Then I'll come again. It's the same thing. The cycle repeats. And piles up. So it really causes burnout, because the first time when you feel it, it's fine. Can manage lah, tak ada masalah, like that, But then after that, it's again. And it's again.
So it's the same thing over and over again.
So it really leads to burnout. You will get tired. Sometimes, if let's say you love the job, you may even end up to lose interest, maybe, or feel like losing interest, passion.
Okay. So
I think environment matters most also.
Environment.
The environment, your colleagues and your boss and your manager and everything.
So if you have like good friends besides you and your family members that are supporting, you think like these stress level and everything are like a little bit manageable?
Yes, also your colleagues also. Okay. This is my personal opinion. I always tell this to my colleagues. Even though you have a lot of workload, there's a lot of stuff we gotta handle, right? But if you have like a very good environment where you can laugh with your colleagues and you can have fun, I think those workload, you will feel a little stress, but it would still be manageable. Get what I mean? Because you're getting the help you need. Let's say I can't work on this, I'm gonna approach my colleague, can you please help me out? What do I do? And then they're gonna help you out. So I feel like that actually will really be helpful. So it's not really the workload, the environment also contributes.
So if you have like good colleagues around you, it makes your life a little easier, and that's where you don't get more stressed out.
Yeah, and you also have to be a good colleague too.
So in your opinion, in your personal opinion, what are some healthy ways to manage stress during like major life transition?
Healthy ways, huh? Probably do things that you love doing. Don't like limit yourself and focus on things that would usually give you stress. I gotta work on this, I gotta do this, I gotta submit this, that. You do what you have to do, but take some time for yourself. Probably get a facial done, skincare, go on a solo date, get a facial done, or maybe do skincare. You don't really have to go out and spend money, but just stay at home. Just apply whatever you have, and mix some mung bean and apply, and then maybe take like a very hot shower, like, you know, hot shower, scrub yourself, you know, go on a solo date. Don't need a boyfriend, girlfriend, just go on a solo date, pick a movie, watch your favorite movie, eat nice caramel popcorn, you know, then maybe later on take yourself for a dinner, nice dinner, write journal, drawing. I think there's a lot of things we could actually do. It's just that sometimes our thought process will be blocked, obviously, like, because there's too many things on our head, right? But it's okay. Go step by step, you know. Don't rush yourself. Okay, let's say you're feeling like really can't do anything, you know, I just don't feel like moving on or something. So just think like this. Okay, it's okay. Tomorrow when I wake up, look at the weather. Oh my god, it's a nice weather, but a nice day. Or maybe, you know, just those small things. Or maybe look at like a flower. Oh my god, it's a nice flower, cute cat, and things like that, you know. Oh my god, I look so nice today. My hair looks nice, thank god, you know, I woke up today and see my hair is nice. You know what I mean? Like, find those little things each day and just find ways to like find good things. I feel like those things really helped me back then, because I was really going through burnout and stuff like that. So like, I'll be so tired, I have to walk to work, like I'm going out on the road, walking to office and to my hospital. I'll be like, oh my god, this is so tiring. Then I'll look at the weather. It's a nice weather, you know, sunset, sunrise, or whatever it is. Okay, I'm glad I get to see this, you know. I'm glad I got up and I went to work, you know.
Right.
So this there's this one time, I know this person from my church. She's an elder lah. She always tells us this: the best advice you could get from is always yourself. You give yourself the best advice. No one else could give you the best advice. So just think like that lah.
Okay. So, like, you're trying to say, like, self-love and self-care is very important when it comes to mental health struggles.
Yeah. So since you said it very simple, talk so much.
Okay. Also, you mentioned that you went through a burnout, right? Back then. So, what are the symptoms you felt when you were going through burnout?
Tired. Just don't want to
Just
wake
tired.
up, and don't really. Every single day I'll wake up like, I'm going to resign today, but I can't because I was on contract. If I resign, I had to pay 80k.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's like, it's okay, just push myself. The moment I completed my contract, I just resigned. I'm okay now, thankfully, because thanks to my environment and everything. But
So,
yeah,
previously you were working in a hospital, correct?
yeah. As I said, the workload is a lot. Gotta be constantly running around, and no time for meals, no lunch break, no proper. It's not the management, please. It's not the management. It's just how it is. And for me, it was difficult to cope and handle. There were some of my friends, they were doing well, same environment, but for me, that's why earlier,
cope with it.
earlier I told you it's very subjective. It depends on individual.
Yeah.
So for me, I couldn't cope with it, but somehow I managed in clinical line for about 8 years.
8 years.
That is already too much for me. That is already a lot for me. I need an award right now.
So, when you were going through burnout, right? Did you have like family or friends that supported you throughout that burnout or whatever you're going through?
I don't really talk about it actually, but I had good friends around me.
You had a good friend.
I really had good friends. Not necessarily it's the same people, but in like every year, every era, I always had good friends around me. And so I'm so grateful and thankful for them.
So you have to surround yourself with good people.
Yes, you don't need fake people, even if it's one. Real ones are important.
Okay. So, why is early intervention important when it comes to mental health?
I would say maybe because if you pile up, as I mentioned earlier, when you accumulate, then it breaks.
Get worse,
It
yeah.
gets worse, yeah.
So, what can happen if like mental health issues, right? If it goes like untreated?
It would get worse.
Get worse.
It would get worse, which could lead into other things. Can I say this? Like, probably they wouldn't want to continue living. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll give up on life.
Yeah, they'll give up on life. They may develop some other
Addictions.
addictions where they want to cope. They would want to cope, and then they step into wrong. They make wrong decisions. They take wrong decisions.
Right. So, what are some benefits of getting help earlier?
When you get help earlier, you have already started the healing process earlier, and you are working on yourself to feel better.
Start loving life.
Yeah. So, yeah. I feel like you would miss out a lot lah if let's say you have these issues, right? Stress, burnout, depression, or whatsoever. I feel like you actually will miss out a lot on life. A lot. Like, because you're so focused. It's not you, I get it, like, because things are not easy, right? But because of that, somehow you miss on those beautiful moments, on those things that was right in front of your eyes, and then there will be a certain period of time you really regret, why didn't I pay attention, why didn't I really look at it, because you were so obsessed with sorry about that, you were so you were really into, like, that sadness or depression or whatsoever.
So, like, what first steps would you recommend for someone like seeking help?
First step, tell yourself that it's okay. It's okay. I think we've heard this many times.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel not okay. It's okay to feel like you're not doing well. It's okay to feel a little different.
I think it also it matters to take breaks in between, right?
Yes. You don't have to push yourself so hard. And if you think like if I'm taking this break, I may fall apart, right? I think like it's okay, just fall apart. Fall apart, cry, get a break, but make sure you pull yourself back together. Make sure you stand up again.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you only have one life to live.
Yeah. True.
Okay. So, like what you said earlier, your friends helped you out throughout these burnout that you had back then, right? So, like, how important are like family and friends, do you think?
I would say it's very important to surround yourself with good people. If let's say the main source, like stress, is from your family itself, then it's very bad lah. It's very sad, but I really hope that you find good friends who really understand and respect your feelings.
So, friends and family are a very important support system to have.
Yes,
in one's
very,
life.
very, very important.
So, in your opinion, right, what role do universities and workplaces play?
Please don't take everyone for granted. Don't make fun of people's emotion when they're telling you something. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean they don't feel it. When someone comes and tell you something, learn to listen or appreciate them.
Yeah, agree. So, like, do you think are professionals counseling important for people?
Yeah, I think it's
important?
important because you need someone to talk to, right? At bottom line, at the end of the day, you just want someone that you could talk with no judgment and they get you, right? So I think they are like trained, because they're professional, they're trained for it. So I think
It's pretty important.
yeah, it's important.
Okay, I just want to ask you one more question. So, do you think universities are doing enough to prepare students for the mental health challenges that they may face after graduation? Because you did mention earlier that post-graduation stress are a thing. It really depends on the individual, right? So, do you think like universities are helping them?
I think some university or colleges do that. They might arrange like some motivational talk, some seminars for them, so that like to prepare them, once they leave university or college, then they can go out and work on it. But it's just that, does it really help this individual? That one I really don't know. I hope it does. Because like I remember going to motivational talk in my schools and crying. Like I don't even remember why I cried. So yeah, so I hope it helps. Maybe doesn't like the whole like 1-2 hours seminar may not help, but something to take back home, So yeah.
I think people also like judges other people, right? If they say like, "Oh, I'm going to therapy," for instance.
Yeah. You know, they really judge. They really like to judge. I just don't get it. Why you walk into their house, right? You will see a spider webs and blah blah and this and that. But they love go and picking on other people's trash and other people's problems and stuff like that. There's this one quote I read somewhere. It says that sinners will be judging sinners.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. So, in your opinion, right, are there any like unhealthy coping mechanisms that people should avoid?
Yes, I would say addiction.
Addiction.
It might people might have different opinion, but I feel like just because you want to feel better, you think like, oh, my life is so difficult, man. Like I want to do something, then you go ahead with substance addiction or any sorts of addiction. Doesn't not necessarily substance are called the smoking or weed or whatsoever, but things like what else are the addiction? I think there's a lot more addiction,
like drugs.
Yeah, I can't really think of one right now, but other than substance there are many more addictions that people get. So, video games probably. I mean, it's good, it's always good to have something, but everything in moderation, like don't go overboard. When you get addicted to it will actually ruin your life.
Right. I think some people are even like into foods, right? They cope themselves by eating food.
Yeah. I think that's one thing, is it eating disorder or something, right? Yeah. So we understand like everyone is struggling. Even I do tend to overeat sometimes when I'm stressed. Like, oh my god, I'm so sad right now. I'm gonna make myself happy. Okay, order my favorite food. You get it, but remember like to do it in moderation. Don't go overboard. Don't let yourself to get addicted to something.
And some people also do the other way around, right? They start puking because they want to look slim.
Yeah, that's another thing where pressure, because people pressure you. Beauty standards will keep changing. Okay, out of topic, guys. Beauty standard will keep changing. I'm so sorry. Beauty standards will keep changing. Once upon a time my curly hair was not liked by many people because it's messy, it's tangled and stuff, but suddenly it became a beauty standard.
Right.
Once upon a time chubby figures was not a beauty standard, and then suddenly it's a beauty standard. So things will change. Yeah, trends are changing, beauty standards are changing. So don't be so hard on yourself for things that changes. Just it's okay. You're chubby, it's okay. You are dark skin, it's okay. You have curly hair, straight hair, you're slim, you're slightly shorter or taller or whatever it is, it's okay. That's how you are. That's what you are. That's like for instance, you are Rebecca because of this, I'm Rachel because of that. This, you get what I mean?
So you're trying to say that okay, never mind, forget this. So do you think like family also, plays an important role in giving these insecurities to young adults
Yes.
or people? Yes?
Yes, I think yes.
What do you think so?
For instance, like when you dress up in a certain way and then let's say your mom comment, oh my god, like that fit doesn't look nice on you. I mean, if a fit doesn't look nice on you, of course, we should dress up whichever complements our body type and stuff, but there's a way to say it. Instead of instilling insecurity, you could like boost them up by teaching them something, things like that. But no, especially Asian parents, they would go, hi, you saw this la, that la, and then my mom would be like, oh my god, you have to lose weight, can you stop eating? I'll be eating chocolate. And she's like, can you stop eating chocolate? I mean, it's not me, but I'm saying like generally. So yeah, so I think everything lah, not I think, for sure everything starts from the family.
So family like puts that insecurity into your
that's
head.
where you begin your life.
Yeah.
That's your first step. So
I got you. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Rachel, so much for joining my little interview. And I really enjoyed interviewing you and learning a lot about you and your opinion. Well, till next time. See you. Bye.